Hello, everyone. This is Andrew Berman for NMP, and you are watching another Originator Tech. We come to you in 2021, the year that we take actually all the money we made in 2020 and start investing in energy. I know last year a lot of companies did a lot of doubling down on their tech stack. We found some of the greatest companies to work with. So today we're going to start off with Capacity. Capacity is going to do a deep dive into their presentation. For that, we have Sales Boomerang. This is borrow intelligence. Then following that is going to be a stack share by Larry from AnnieMac. Following that's going to be Loanzify, Lenderhomepage. They're going to dig into their tools, and wrapping it up is going to be an originator stack share by Eric Mitchell. Without further ado, I'm going to bring my buddy Dave on here from Capacity. Hey, Dave, what's going on today?
Hey, great to see you.
Fantastic. You get your presentation ready. I'm going to switch the slides here so we could show off. All right. Here we go. And there it is. Fantastic. Cool. All right. Bringing it up there. Take it away.
Thank you all for taking the time out. I'm David Karandish, CEO and co-founder of Capacity. What we are going to do is we're going to spend the entire 20 minutes here on demos. So we're going to show the Capacity platform in action internally on your customer-facing website, consumer-facing website, and then we'll go into the platform and see how Capacity can help automate your support. So this is Capacity running in Slack. I can go to Capacity and I can say hi, and it will come back and say hello. It's generally very friendly most of the time. Or I can go to Capacity and I can say hi. It'll come back and say you just said that. So it's got some conversational history, some short-term memory built in. Now, Capacity is designed to make all of your company intelligence accessible via conversation. So I could ask a question like, what loans are closing this month? Now Capacity will go into my knowledge base, go do a search, come back to me with the listing of all the loans that are closing this month. Or I could go ask a question like, what are USDA income limits? And Capacity will go directly into my DSC guides and come back and take me to the exact sections that I care about. It's just simple, straightforward, frictionless. Now, Capacity can apply both to searching across general information, but you can also drill into specific loan or specific information that you're looking for. So I could say something like, I want to show the Johnson loan, and Capacity will integrate with your LOS, go do a search, and give me all the relevant information on that loan, rate lock, status, etc. Now, true story, not too long ago, I got one of these new iPhones, and I have a question because I want to connect to the VPN. And so I want to go to Capacity, and instead of having to go talk with a team member at 10 o'clock at night, I could just say something like, how do I connect to the VPN? And Capacity went into my knowledge base, into my support, came back to me and said, hey, here's a little quick link to the VPN setup guide. Every single question that you get back from Capacity has a thumbs up, thumbs down. Every time I thumb that up, we're teaching it to match a little more often. Every time I thumb that down, we're saying, hey, what can we do to improve that for next time? In terms of the interfaces that we plug into, Capacity can work in Slack, in Microsoft Teams, in Ring Central, in Symphony. You can also place Capacity on your intranet or your customer-facing website as well. Last thing I want to show how Capacity can plug into a couple of your other apps. So we were trying to connect with our main contact over at West Community Credit Union. So I can go to Capacity and say, who is the primary contact for West Community? And Capacity knows that the primary contact skill goes back to our CRM. It's going to ask me, David, are you looking for an opportunity or an account? I'll go select opportunity. It'll now go find the 3 West Community Credit Union opportunities within Salesforce. I'll go select the first one. And now it will go pull Jason's contact information directly out of the CRM. Now, if I wanted to connect Jason with Jeremy on my team, it's as easy as going back to capacity and saying forward that to Jeremy. And now it's smart enough to know that that refers to the previous message. Jeremy maps to Jeremy Burrows on my team. They went out and wrote Jeremy a little email as well. Last thing I'll show on the internal side of the house, capacity can connect to your Outlook 365 or your Google Calendar. So you could say something like, I want to schedule 15 minutes to meet with Cindy and Chris. Now capacity is going to go, again, look at my calendar, Cindy's calendar, Chris's calendar. It's smart enough to know that in our org, we've actually got multiple Chris's, so I'll go select Chris Dewar. It'll now find the first 5 times when all of us can meet based on our time zones, our meeting availability windows, and our preferences. And now I'm gonna go select, let's meet on the 11th at 9 a.m. And it will now go in and add this directly to either my Google Calendar or my Outlook calendar. Again, just simple, straightforward, frictionless. Now, I mentioned capacity can be placed on your intranet or your customer-facing website as well. So here's capacity on West Community Credit Union's website. You can see here it's got their logo and their branding. You can name the bot whatever you want. So if I'm a consumer and I wanted to know, oh, what's the routing number? I need to do a wire transfer. As I start typing, we do autocomplete. We can direct you toward the types of questions that Capacity knows how to answer. Again, simple, straightforward, frictionless, one little line of JavaScript on your website. Another example, you all can pull this up if you go to planethomelending.com. Here's Capacity running as Stella. And beauty with Stella, again, as I start typing, it will autocomplete and direct me toward the questions that Capacity knows how to match to. So I've got a question around forbearance and COVID-19. Go full screen here. It'll show me the information. Can expand and contract, even take me into the agency info. And again, I can thumb this up if we liked this response. Now, from a backend platform perspective, Capacity is broken up into a couple different sections. We've got our help desk, our knowledge base, our app center, our workflows, our analytics, and our settings. Here we're looking at one of our clients at PRMG. Got a question around minimum loan amounts for VA. Got the response over here on the right. The beauty of this is I can click in, edit this response. I can set an expiration date if the information's only good till the end of the quarter or the end of the fiscal. And it's really simple for us to go get the information we need. Another example I'm going to show here, a lot of times our clients have information that are buried in documents. So if you've got somebody that has a question around a policy or a procedure, Capacity can help you with that as well. So for this particular example, what we're going to do is I'm going to pull up on, go back over here real quick. I'm going to pull up our Capacity running in our knowledge base. And what we're going to do is we're going to show a search across various documents. So I'm going to ask Capacity about the parental leave policy. And you'll notice here as I'm typing, in addition to the Q&A, it can match me directly to page 24 of our employee handbook. And when we do that, again, I didn't have to tell Capacity where to look. I didn't have to go through a big mapping process. We just uploaded our policies into Capacity and it was able to search it and take me directly to the section that I was looking for with the parental leave policy. Again, all we're trying to do is make it simple, straightforward, and frictionless to find the information you need across any of your systems. Speaking of various systems, Capacity has a developer platform. This developer platform allows you to extend Capacity out to whatever applications you have, as long as they have a RESTful API. So we've got integrations with things like Total Expert, Velocify, and Encompass. If I go into the developer platform, I can search for my various apps. So in this case, I'm going to search for Salesforce. We've got, I think, over 40 different out-of-the-box skills that come out of Salesforce. And if you want to go in and update these skills, you can connect your APIs to our APIs and make that happen in a seamless manner. All right. Now, if Capacity doesn't know the answer, one of the things that that we can do is we can make it so that rather than having just a simple question in, answer out, we can take you through a guided conversation. And a guided conversation is great when you don't have just a quick, simple response. You're going to have a contextual answer. So this is a guided conversation around educational benefits. If I'm an intern, this particular company does not provide educational benefits, but if you're a full-time team member, it can take you through these guided prompts to ask you what kind of benefits you're looking for. Now within this multiple pathing, we've got all these different cards that you can ask. You can put a collect info, drop down, rating scale for surveys, multiple paths, simple messages. Any of those apps we showed in our app developer platform can be embedded into these guided conversations. You can create a ticket, send an email, you name it. In addition, when Capacity doesn't know the answer, you can hand off from the bot directly to our live chat or our help desk, which we're going to show next. So here's an example of our help desk built out into various Kanban boards. I can go click on any particular question. It'll drill into that section of the help desk itself. A couple of things we're going to show here. One, we've got the ability to pull in various variables and information from your ticket. So if you want to know more information about the person who asked your question, we can do that as well. Secondly, we can set up a custom Kanban flow around how those tickets should move throughout the various stages. And then next thing I'll show, we've got all these tasks that can happen. So if you asked a question like, what's our holiday schedule, and Capacity didn't know the answer, you could send a one-time response. You can map this to an existing question. You can create a new question, or you can go edit that exchange. All of that is available here to make sure that if you are in the support desk of your team, you never have to answer the same question twice. All right, so we've shown Capacity answering Q&A. We've shown Capacity pulling from documents. We've shown Capacity connecting to your apps. We've shown Capacity going through guided conversations and kicking off to a help desk. The last thing I want to spend some time on today is that Capacity can also manage your workflows. The way we think about a workflow is we think about taking a process, digitizing that process, and assigning as many steps to Capacity as possible. So I'm going to start out by running this workflow. And you can see here our machine learning docs test. I hit, we're going to mine this document, and this is going to kick off that workflow. And you'll notice here, I just got a proactive message back saying, hey, David, I just started your document mining workflow. I'm going to let you know when this is finished. So what's happening behind the scenes here is we're going to start out with my buddy Bob. So Bob, and we did change Bob's name and information just for the demo purposes here. But Bob has his mortgage through Wells, and he's got an escrow statement, and his escrow is short just about $500. So this is a document that one of our clients would use, and they conventionally would have had a team of people going in, looking at the loan number, the statement date, the escrow shortage amount, the address, all of the relevant fields within the document, trying to figure out, does this match to what we see in our LOS? And if it does, great. If not, then they go in and they create an exception. Well, with the Capacity Workflows platform, we can take a semi-structured document like this. But by the way, this is an image. This is not it's not a textual document. So we will OCR it, make it readable and accessible back to Capacity. So let's walk through what goes on here. So here we've got our workflow. I'm going to just maximize this for the screen. And again, we go into our document mining step. In this particular step, we're going to take that document. We're going to look at the workflow template. We're going to pull some output variables and data from that information. Now, to show like what this actually looks like behind the scenes, I'm going to go over to my document mining template manager. And if I go into my escrow workflow, you can see that we've treated this semi-structured document like it's a database. So it now has client name, address, letter date, loan number, all of the relevant fields that you would expect out of the document itself. So now if I go back over to my workflow, I go pull up my ML docs. What we're seeing is that we've mapped this particular workflow or this particular document back to this template, And we've now started to mine it where we can go pull that information directly out of the doc. So if I go into my instances, we'll see here that this instance is completed. We'll show all, we've run this 47 times. You can see some of the different times we've run this previously. It shows all the steps of the workflow. Now I go in and select mine document. We can see that we've pulled out Bob's name, his client address, his letter date, start information, loan number, etc. All this information can now be fed to a downstream system. So instead of having to have a team of people analyzing these documents and staring and comparing, we can use Capacity to automate that process. So just to recap, Capacity is here to answer as many questions as possible. Today, answer 84% of them automatically. Anything we can't answer kicks over to the help desk. We're here to automate your processes through both guided conversations and workflows. And then again, help treat your documents like they are a database. With that, let's open up to questions online.
So yeah, if anyone has any questions, feel free to type them in the comment box, and we'll answer those questions. Or actually, David will answer those questions. But I'm curious. So, do you actually have like templates that you have, or do you offer any kind of guidance to help mortgage companies establish their workflow? Because you know something, I mean, unfortunately, there's a lot of companies out there that just don't have a defined workflow process, and they're just kind of like, there is a process. It's probably defined. They just don't know it and are aware of it. Do you help them recognize that and create, actually maybe optimize their process?
I mean, that's one of the best parts of working with us. People buy us for our technology, but they stay with us for our client success team. Our client success team is here to help you take your processes, map them out. We have some best practices that we come out of the box with, but we also want to be flexible to work within the nuances of your org. We can help you automate answering questions out of your GSEs. We can help you with your onboarding. We can help you with the various different parts of loan origination and servicing. So the beauty of working with us is that you don't have to clean up before you take a bath. We are there to help you automate everything that you do.
I had my mic muted. Sorry about that. So are you doing works to get ready for, listen, we've got forbearance, the end of forbearance for, is coming up. So like, this has got to be like servicers. I've got to be pulling their hair out. How are they going to handle this with a technology solution? So, talk to us a little bit about maybe some of the work that you're doing with actually, your lenders that are doing servicing to address the needs of those borrowers on forbearance.
Yeah, so we think of it in terms of the two sides of the equation. The first part is from the consumer side. We want to provide a digitized empathy model where consumers can go and talk with our bot, ask their questions, and then gracefully hand off to a human as needed. A lot of times people aren't comfortable talking with someone directly around the issues around payment and what can they do and what are their options. And so we are providing servicers with the ability to place a capacity bot within their servicer channel so that customers, their consumers, can ask questions and get answers along the way and start that process. On the other end, behind the scenes, we want to take out as much of the manual labor behind these processes as possible. We want to help you stave off this coming tsunami that is going to be happen here very, very soon. So with our workflows, we can help plug into your key systems to do that within the forbearance process.
Fantastic. So one of the things I've always wondered about capacity seems like it's a a lot of the things like it's great for consumer facing, great to actually so borrowers can ask questions without actually having to have a conversation with someone. But like, do you find the people that in mortgage business, they use it more for an internal or more for talk to us a little bit about the internal versus external for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, the best part about the way we designed the platform is it's really, we really break down the false dichotomy of internal versus external. We got some clients that like to put us on their website and deflect us kind of level 0 support questions. We got some that are having us plug into their LOS and helping their LOs really answer questions and move things through the underwriting help desk. But a lot of times our clients are doing both. And the beauty of doing both is that a lot of the same questions that consumers are asking are a lot of the same questions that lenders are asking along the way. And so we've set up the system to where you can set all of the group permissions, all of the inheriting from your Active Directory information, where you can use Capacity both internally and externally to automate support. You don't have to make a choice between the two.
Fantastic. Well, one of the things I've always loved about your system, from what I've learned from the demos that I've gone through, Beck, is that you have really good integrations with other systems. So can you talk a little bit about your integrations with other systems, and maybe even mention our next presenter, Sales Boomerang, which is about to come on?
I mean, the beauty of the way that we set up the platform is that Capacity can sit across your entire tech stack. Sales Boomerang has an API. We're doing a Sales Boomerang integration. We've done it with a couple of the Ellie Mae products. We've done it with Total Expert. We're connected to even not mortgage-specific applications like Salesforce, Microsoft Office. So as long as your application has an API, we can probably connect it to Capacity. That allows you to both not only retrieve information from these systems, but also have Capacity take actions on your behalf as well.
Fantastic. Beautiful. Listen, Dave, always great to spend time with you. Always great to dig into Capacity. Someone's looking to get a hold of you guys, learn a little bit more about where.
Yeah, you can just go to the Capacity website, capacity.com, request a demo. You can also ping me anytime, david@capacity.com. And then last thing, I just always give a big shout out to my friends over at Sales Boomerang. You guys are up for a treat.
Fantastic. I think actually, let's bring Alex on here. Alex, what's going on, brother? How you doing?
Man, I'm great. I love watching Dave talk about Capacity, and I also love that in the background of Dave, always, it seems like he's solving the world's biggest problems using some sort of formula.
Whiteboards and kids art. That's how we roll here.
Always. I mean, I could just see it. I'm like, what's going to be in the background today? Yes, I see some theories that are going to be broken. I love it, man.
All right, I'll let you guys go. Thank you.
All right. Dave, thanks a lot, man. All right. And without further ado, we've got Sales Boomerang, borrower intelligence. It's funny. I was just in a clubhouse the other day, talking about actually, they were talking about how do we compete? What do we do actually when these big lenders have this great access to data, to technology, that they're actually able to call the borrowers before actually the borrowers are knowing or think it's all their mortgage person. And obviously shameless plug for Sales Boomerang on that clubhouse, just because it just makes sense. This is the thing that levels the playing field. Always love spending time with you guys. Who's doing the presentation here? Mike, that's you?
It's going to be Mike. Yes.
Okay, fantastic. Mike, good to meet you.
Good to meet you.
Yeah.
Cool.
So a quick intro here, Andrew. Thank you for the plug. Never call it shameless. It's a wonderful thing.
Actually, before you give your intro, Mike, while Alex is giving the intro, you'll see a share button on the bottom. If you click share to share your screen, and Alex, let's get that intro.
All right. So listen, Andrew, you're doing a lender a favor by talking about Sales Boomerang. So thank you, and the lender thanks you as well. So look, what's interesting is Mike is about to jump on and talk to you guys. He's our VP of product. Just an amazing human being. The way he thinks about business, the way he thinks about product, the way he builds his teams. You guys are going to be in for a treat. You're going to see a lot of Mike moving forward here because of his ability to talk about the product in depth and really get his heart behind it. But I'll share this with you, okay, real quick. So I was talking to Scott, who's on our sales team. And he was talking to a client, and he was explaining to them that, hey, when I was in sales and another business, I had a quota to meet, and it always took the one big deal a month to make it work, and it was like looking for a needle in a haystack. And he was telling this lender that's signing up, he's like, Sales Boomerang, kind of makes it easy for you to find a needle. And I said, you know what, Scott, it's even easier than that. We don't make it easy for you to find a needle. We give you a magnet, and the needle comes to you. You don't have to look for that needle at all. And every needle that's in that haystack comes right to you. So with that said, Mike is going to show you how strong of a magnet we've built and how many needles you're about to find. Mike, it's you, man.
Legit. I'm picturing that big electronic, magnet that picks up cars.
Yeah.
That just you turn it on and whoosh, and that's instantly. And from what I know, getting implemented with you guys is pretty easy, pretty quickly. So it's almost like flicking the switch on that electromagnet.
Yes, literally.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, super easy. So yeah, I'm Mike. I'm the VP of product here at Sales Boomerang. I want to run you through some of our new exciting alerts and overall what Sales Boomerang does. So I've been in technology space for over 10 years now, and working here at Sales Boomerang, it's one of the most exciting things that I've personally done, because I really do believe we are providing a value for the end borrower, and through that, giving lenders what they need. So Sales Boomerang is a utility. The next presenter attributes us as a utility, and we are delivering an ROI that is around 24 times what you're putting into the platform. So we're giving you more leads and allowing you to use your database as a borrower intelligence tool. So this is the thing that, if you see me again, I'm sure I will say this again: ensure every borrower has the right loan right now. It's the easiest way to understand what we do. Our goal as we're building this product is to ensure that every borrower out there has the right loan for them right now. We want to give lenders the tool to be able to help borrowers understand that. And we break that down in two ways. We have defensive alerts, which are event-based alerts, and these alerts trigger when your borrower is doing something. Our mortgage inquiry alert: your borrower has gone out and applied for a mortgage at one of your competitors, and we let you know that. Listing alert: they've listed their home. And then the most defensive alert is the EPO watch, to make sure that you're protecting the investment that you've already made, making sure that you don't have those early payoff penalties. So within the first 6 to 8 months that you supply somebody with a mortgage, making sure that you get alerted if they're trying to get another mortgage, so you don't have those early payoff penalties. So these types of alerts are if your borrower has actively done something, which are really important. And again, as Alex said, bring the needle to you. But even more so are offensive alerts. So these are conditional alerts. These are alerts that allow you to become like a superhero to your borrowers and a really trusted advisor to your borrowers, because we let you know when that borrower can be put into that better loan. Again, ensuring that your borrower is in the right loan for them right now. These alerts will let you know when they have equity in their home with Equity Watch, whether rates have improved so that they can they can save money on their mortgage. Either it's saving money on their monthly payment, or saving money long-term over the course of their loan and saving hundreds of thousands of dollars off of that interest. And then Credit Watch. A lot of borrowers come into this and want to get that dream house or want to refinance, but if they just had their credit a little bit better, you could help them out. This allows you to see that, and then when their credit gets over that threshold, you can call them up and give them that really good news. And then finally, in the conditional alerts are our new alerts. These are prescriptive scenarios. So we have the Sales Boomerang brain, and so the pieces of the alerts that I just shared with you, it's about taking all of those pieces and putting them together. It's about understanding, and the reason that we talk about the brain, it's about understanding when you should put the borrower in the right loan for them right now. So the rates improve, they have the right FICO, they have their, their home value has gone up over time, but how much can they save? And what term is best for them? And is it right for them to do it right now, or maybe 3 months from now? Maybe rates are going to continue to go down, and you have that. So it's about putting those pieces together to be able to put these prescriptive scenarios out there. So it's really about changing the conversation. So the loan officers, rather than calling up and saying, we may have an opportunity for you, it's about calling them up and saying, we have an opportunity. You're credit qualified. We already know that. And you have enough equity in your home. We can put you in a better loan right now. And just that change in conversation makes it easier to get them past the point where typically you're calling up and saying, okay, let's check your credit. Don't have to do that anymore. We've already done that with the prescriptive scenarios. So I'm going to jump over to a quick demo to kind of show how these guys work. And so this is our demo platform here, and you can see, as I was talking about, we have the different alert types that you would see coming into our platform. We can scroll through these leads and see, you have some mortgage inquiries up here. Here can reduce mortgage payment by about $210. So this is one of our rate and terms. So you can see can reduce mortgage payment by approximately $210. You have your borrower's information on the left-hand side here. Down in the middle, the loan information, and then your alert information. So it's a conventional rate and term alert. The purchase rate that they had is 5.5. The current rate's 2.5, a delta of 3%. And then we, show your credit score, the combined LTV, home value, so that you can start to make the best recommendation for your borrower. And if we look at the next alert, this is a cash out alert, one of our other scenarios. So we have rate and term and cash out. We use these terms so that they align back with the lending industry so that you guys understand that. And then we have conventional cash out. Origination date's important so that you know that they've been in the home long enough. We also have these set up. We know, for instance, in Texas, FHA and VA, aren't applicable for cash out. Our system already detects that and won't give you those alerts for those places that you can't deliver that type of loan. And then the total home value, the total balance, and then understanding that they have debt. So they have 33% equity in their home, and then they have debt on top of that. So really being able to help them through that scenario.
And real quick, Mike, if I may add, just for everyone watching and maybe seeing this for the first time, understand that all of this information is being delivered to your existing technology. This isn't an interface that your team has to learn. They don't have to log into anything. They don't have to remember passwords. This is all tied to your existing CRM or marketing automation platform so that it's all in one place. They get all of these notifications in a place that they're used to logging in. So it's important to understand that they won't have to come here, then make a call. It's all in your existing environment.
Yeah, so we're tied into all the top CRMs. So these type of alerts we just went to beta on February 1st. So we have certain spots open up to people that are interested in getting these alerts, rate and term, cash out, as I said, and then our other prescriptive scenario is FHA MI removal. So the easiest call I think you can make, calling up somebody with mortgage insurance and saying, hey, you no longer need that mortgage insurance, let's refinance and take that off for you. But I want to show the rate and term settings real quick. So this is how typically all of our settings are up to this point. We're allowing you to set deltas for 30-year, 15-year. You can see we're separating out FHA and VA. Because we know those rates and those settings for FICO. Bankruptcies can be different for these. You can set minimum home value. And the cool thing here is you can set multiple. So if you have a certain home value that you want set at, $250,000 and a certain rate for that, and then $500,000 or over $1 million, you can set the different rates and be able to trigger on those. But where we really see the value going is being able to set settings based on what the value for the borrower would be. If you're talking to somebody and they want to save $200 a month on their mortgage, and that's the key factor for your clients is to be able to save $200 a month on their mortgage, we can set that. Or you can alert them when it's at 5% of their total loan that they'd be saving, or we could trigger it over here and save $100,000. If that's the factor that's going to get them over the finish line, and really starting to think in terms of how the loan officers can help the borrower and the communication we have. So for cash outs, changing the conversation so that we let you know how much tappable equity they have, alerting you on that, and as Alex said, then delivering that into the CRM itself. So that's it.
Real quick, Mike, if you don't mind, just to jump in. So the beauty and importance of this, right, and why everyone should be taking note is you're starting to think scenarios and value versus criteria and programs, right? So instead of thinking like, what can I offer them, like what kind of loan, you can start to think about where's the benefit, and start positioning yourself that way and calling your customers that way. And there's something very important too that Mike said that I want to highlight for just a moment as well. one of the most, and if there's a chat going, Andrew, I'd love for people who are listening to chime in with a thumbs up if they agree with this. One of the most difficult conversation, or one of the most difficult parts of the conversation between a loan officer and borrower, or lender and borrower, is the trust to allow me to pull your credit, because that pulling credit is like taking a look at your personal life. It's like letting you into my family. It's giving you access. It's very vulnerable. And so the power and the beauty of this system is that your loan officers no longer have to say that, hey, to find out if there's a benefit for you here, let me pull your credit. As a matter of fact, you can teach, and we'll show you guys this, the exact opposite. Like, by the way, we're not talking about your credit. We're not pulling. That's not necessary at all in this conversation, period. All I want to talk to you about is how I can advise you on the best decision for you. How can I be the best guide possible? And if you love what we're talking about, if it makes sense, and you see the benefit for you, as I see it for you, only then will we talk about pulling credit. It doesn't. We already know you're qualified. So that anticipation that sometimes loan officers get to even ask, they don't know how to do it, they stumble, they're afraid, that's gone. And you know what? Confidence is one of the as you all know, is one of the most important factors in success. And we all saw that with Tom Brady and the Buccaneers this past weekend, and the entire season. Put a little confidence in a team and see what happens, right? Put a little confidence in your loan officers and see what happens. Put a little confidence in your borrowers, see what happens. So I just wanted to make sure I highlighted that, because that's a huge part of the loan scenario system.
Absolutely.
Oh, you're on mute, Andrew.
I'm not muted now. One of the things, like I said, so here we're getting this data, we're getting access to this stuff, but and part of that confidence is feeling comfortable about what to say.
Yes.
And you're getting access, especially to the defensive alerts, where the defensive alerts means actually they made a decision to not do business with you, whether intentionally or accidentally. They made that decision. So what does Sales Boomerang do to kind of help actually the originators out there to make that call and say, hey, listen, I see actually, you listed your home, or hey, you pulled credit to get a mortgage, because that is not actually the way to do it. So like, what do you guys do to help actually, help your clients, originators, make those phone calls?
Mike, I'll take this one and chime in on anything that I miss. And so first of all, and Mike mentioned this, and the amount of fun he's having here at Sales Boomerang. The reason we have a lot of fun at Sales Boomerang is because we have such a great team that is there to support customers and doing exactly what you talked about. So our customer support team, our customer success team, we have a John Maxwell certified trainer that runs the training and adoption team that makes sure that your loan officers understand why they're getting this. There's no need to train them on the value of it. It's what do you say when you get this, just like you're talking about. So one of the things that you'll hear us talk about a lot, especially in situations where there's a listing or a mortgage inquiry, a lot of mortgage inquiries happen simply what you said before. It's not intentional. They just forgot about you. And you're like, how could they forget about me? I've been sending emails every single week. That's probably why they forgot about you, right? It's because you've been sending emails every single week. It becomes white noise. So how do you break through that white noise? And so even though there is a mortgage inquiry, you're calling with empathy. That's something Dave talked about from capacity, is empathy, and saying, is there something we did wrong? Is there something and they will tell you, oh my goodness, I just forgot about you. Or, yeah, you know what? Didn't have this experience or that experience, or my realtor said I should work with this. You getting a chance to talk to them is number one. But here's a very important secret, right? Write this down, everyone. If you have a referral partner on the deal, this is very important. If you have a referral partner on the deal, if it's a realtor or it's some other referral partner, the minute you get a notification from Sales Boomerang about a borrower that has a referral partner attached, you don't call the borrower first. I just said that. Don't call the borrower first. You call the referral partner first, because two familiar voices are stronger than one. And when they feel like they're part of an existing partnership or a community approach, you're going to get a lot more responses and a lot more conversions. And so, how do we help our clients have success and get customers on the phone? There's just one prime example. We will show you what 120 lenders have experienced now since we've launched, and how we get you there, right? It's the adoption part you'll find out is very, very fast. And the excitement of having this come to you to be able to share with your borrowers, you'll see your loan officers' excitement and confidence continue to rise when they have these notifications coming every single day that they can refer back to their referral partners and call their customers. So does that help, Andrew? That answer what you were asking?
Yeah, totally answers. And this next question is probably going to be more of a Mike question, being actually the tech background. I mean, 'cause I know you have a tech background too. But so in terms of getting stand up, from being actually saying, "Hey, this is great," sign the contract, to like someone like an Annie Mac. Annie Mac, who's our next guest. We got Larry Missiano. Is going to be joining us doing a tech stack share, talking about what actually he gives his originators, so they can
pay
kick
close
butt over at
attention
AnyMac.
to that one. That is what they've done there is remarkable.
It is unbelievable that we have guys like Larry coming on here,
Yes,
sharing their secret sauce. It is awesome. So tell us, Mike, if you could share with us, what does it take to get stood up from some sign of the contract, for whether it's a company like Annie Mac or a smaller company, because I know that was one of the things that you guys have been like a point of bragging about, that you can get stand up pretty quickly, which is amazing because you have all these systems got to integrate to. So let us know, how long does it take to get stand up in Sales Boomerang?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think, Alex pointed out the CRM integration piece, which I think is really important. The other really important differentiator about Sales Boomerang and something that our entire team is really proud of is our customer success team. We have, grade A customer success team, and part of that stand-up process is for them to talk to new members coming on, understanding their needs, and being able to put their records in the right place. We have dynamic mapping now, which allows all the records coming in, we distribute to the right alerts for that company. So between those two things, working with the customer success team, dynamic mapping, being able to distribute the records to the right alert types automatically, and then integrating with the CRM. It could be as quick as a week. It really depends on what they're looking for, and that's what our customer success team does. They understand the needs and then distributes and works with the CRM partners to make sure that we're everything's set up right. Now, the bigger piece of that is making sure that we're also signed in with the credit bureaus, and some of that has some back and forth time. Once that's taken care of, everything, like you said, very easy, very seamless. But that back and forth does take a couple weeks to get up and running. So for those credit alerts, that piece is important as well. But our customer success team makes sure that everybody understands every step along the way, so that nobody's surprised about any of those time pieces. Does that make sense?
Yeah, 100%. Fantastic. All right.
And Andrew, real quick, I know we got Larry coming on. You could throw him on screen if he's there. We'd love to say hi to him. Love to see that face.
There we go. There he is.
There he is.
What's up, guys?
So what's interesting, give you a little example of onboarding and how fast the process goes. Mike, we were on our leadership call this morning. We had our VP of customer success say we had 2 go lives this week already. One took 9 days. 9 days from signature to go live. One took a little, what was it, Mike? 28 days? Was that the number?
I think it was less than that, but yeah, close to that.
Somewhere around. So there's the range, right? So it depends on your process and who's on your side and how quickly they move the ball. But 9 days to 28 days and everyone's live. So Larry, I'm not going to take up too much of your time. Great to see you, my man.
All good. Thank you for having me, guys. I really appreciate being here. Good stuff.
Thank you so much, Mike. Great to meet you.
Good to meet you.
Mike's the genius behind the curtain, man. I love Mike. Me and him geek out together all the time.
Yeah, I love Larry too.
We spend a lot of time together.
It's a big love fest. We'll leave on that. We'll leave on the love, guys. Take care. Andrew, thank you.
All right. Later, guys. All right. There he is.
Hey, Andrew. How are you?
Fantastic, brother. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, man. I really appreciate being here. Now, and I don't have anything to sell. I'm just going to put that out there first. Like I am not selling a product. I am here to help our originators that are out there in the world understand how to implement products such as Sales Boomerang, which you just saw. I'm going to spend a lot of time going through. Like when you were talking about the onboarding process. Yeah, I mean, we were up pretty quickly with Sales Boomerang, but we spent a little extra time really developing a really phenomenal process before we went live, right? Because the way we kind of see it, call reluctance is the killer of all sales, right? I mean, it is a real thing, and loan originators, whether whether they want to admit it or not, right? You distract yourself on things that instead of just really focusing, buckling down, and making those phone calls. So I'm gonna go into a little bit of a share here. I should take a step back real quick.
I got to say this. So I know you're not here to sell anything, but I'm going to sell you guys because, listen, the fact is actually we have an organization like AndyMac who has some top originators and an organization that's willing to go out there and share. And that's one of the things, this is not the first time actually we've had someone from AndyMac share on in our universe the secret sauce, like exactly what you guys are doing, and so others take notes and will implement, but I think it's a testament to how great of an organization AndyMac is. So you won't sell, I'll sell you guys.
Thank you, I appreciate that. So for everyone that knows, I'm with AndyMac Home Mortgage. I'm the lead aggregation marketing manager and responsible for a lot of the marketing automation that happens within our tech stack. So today I'm gonna try to show a little bit of what we got here. Let me try to share my screen here, Andrew. Okay, let's see. Hopefully I select the right one and do this right. Can you see my screen here?
We can now. So just I don't know if anything just changed. I just started hearing a little bit of static on your line.
Static. I am on my headset, so I'm hopefully I sound okay. Do I sound okay now?
Yeah, just are you? Is it a wire or wireless?
It's wireless.
Okay. All right. It's not too bad. So
if it starts breaking up, just let me know, and I'll switch back to the regular microphone in the computer.
Sweet. No problem.
So today I'm going to try to show you guys how to increase your business using the Sales Boomerang program, along with some sales automation techniques that our company has implemented to really move the needle for loan originators, and how you can literally increase your business overnight by using the tech stack, right? So challenges. There's only so much time in a day, right? I mean, how do an LO close 8 loans a month? How do you get to 10 loans a month? How do you get to 12 loans a month? Where should I be focusing my time? And then we'll try to show you some of the solutions or the way that we handled some of those problems here at AndyMac. So I'm going to jump right in. Pain, right? An LO's workday never ends. It's a 14-hour workday for originators, especially if you're a lone wolf without an assistant and you're out there working. It is a challenge to do everything that is asked of you on a daily basis, right? So here's the pain, and there's a lot of pain here. You're prospecting 3 to 4 hours a day, entering new loan applications, pulling credit, running LP, DU, pricing out loans, pipeline follow-up, closing, right? Business development, finding and prospecting new realtor partners, birthdays and anniversaries, and then fires, right? Internal communications. Like, you spend your day on non-productive tasks and try to get you to the next level. It's a daunting task for most loan originators, right? It's a real challenge. And if you're supposed to do what you normally do, I'm going to just show it a prime example of, hey, this is a loan originator that's getting 300 leads per month, right? You're contacting maybe 80% of those. That leaves 240 people, people that are actually interested or want to move forward with you. Here's another 120. Totally, you pull credit on. Okay, so now I'm pulling credit on 48 of those people, and then funding 12, right? So that's 96 calls to buyers, agents, and clients, 25 leads that didn't qualify that need additional nurturing, another 25 or 29 leads that need to be disclosed or get disclosed, and then 54 calls a week to buyer's agent, listing agent, and client for status updates, right? So, like, again, there's only so many hours a day, and you're supposed to be calling and checking in with everyone. It is a very difficult task, and it requires loan automation. So I'm going to flip through really quickly here to another slide. So here's after 90 days. Right now, there's 720 contacts, 360 that are interested. Total that are credit pulls 144. Right, closings you're at 36. So, and if you're a good LO, you have trouble following up on your own credit reports most days, right? Let alone all of the other activities that you're supposed to do. The challenge is real, and the solution is easier than you believe, right? So for us, our team was able to really resolve these problems with productivity, create a work-life balance for our loan originators, at the same time increasing sales, right? And in order to do that, I need you all to make me one promise. Throw away your Excel documents. Please stop going and using Excel to do your business, right? I know it's a hard thing, right? You guys are all set in your ways. Throw out your Excel document and invest in an enterprise level CRM, right? You need something that has a business flow process, and that business flow process will allow you to be able to automate everything in your life. And when you see the light and get to the other side of that, it'll literally change your entire existence and the way you do business, right? You have to set up processes and that automation to free up your time so that you're not making all of those phone calls. You're not making 100 phone calls a day, and you're able to stay on the phone and prospect sales and new opportunities to fill your pipeline instead of reacting to every single thing that you have. You're proactively being able to do what you do best, be on the phone, fill in that pipeline, and let the rest happen, right? And at AndyMac, we give our loan officers all of these tools right from day one. So I'm gonna jump into how we use Sales Boomerang and our CRM, which is Mortgage IQ, to be able to do this. So Sales Boomerang is an amazing tool. That as a utility, you're able to kind of go in there and like, how much time do you spend as a loan originator going through your past client database, right? And going through your client list and looking at, all right, what are my rates today? What are my rates tomorrow? Blah, blah, blah. And being able to come up with a prospecting list to make a call, right? Like when you have Sales Boomerang, that stuff just happens. You just get that stuff automatically in your inbox each and every day, right? So we're subscribed to all the different watch types that Mike went over in the previous slide, and we're also a beta partner for the new prescriptive alerts that are coming out. Where we're actually in the middle of implementing those now, but it's great to wake up in the morning and not have to go do that prospecting and have an email that's in your inbox that says, I have 29 million. I think that's the one I got this morning. $29 million worth of opportunity available for my loan originators to be able to go out and prospect on, right? So what we did from AndyMac's side is like, okay, call reluctance or having the time to call, which is what I'm trying to illustrate here in the first slides, is that a loan originator only has so much time during the day, and they tend to value leads based on their availability or time, right? So I'll give an example. I'm going to pick on Zillow. Sorry, Zillow, but let's take a Zillow co-branding lead.
Everyone does. That's okay.
They are one of our partners, so but so let's take a Zillow co-branding lead. Most loan officers, I think, would agree that they devalue those leads pretty quickly over time, right? They're not the best leads in the world. So, would you call a co-branding lead in 10 days? Would you call it in 30 days? Would you call it in 60 days? I guess my point is the answer is most likely no for all of those, right? Most loan originators will try a handful of times, give up on the lead and move on. But if that client hasn't made a decision to move forward with the home, they are just as good at day 10, at day 30, at day 60. They haven't made a decision to move on. What's not the same is the loan originator's time, right? So we've automated our response systems, including our Sales Boomerang systems, where we have a series of automated AI, basically an AI auto assistant follow-up that for every one of our loan originators that will literally rinse and repeat the sales cycle for them. So, as they go on day one, we'll send out a text message, a voicemail, an email, live call. We'll send out on day two a live call with a co-video attachment, which is kind of like a BombBomb. It's our version of BombBomb. But to be able to reach out to that client and try to book an appointment with them on day three, we're going to consistently reach out all the way through day 45 in an aggressive campaign, and then after day 90, we put them into a refresher campaign that reaches out all the way through day 190, right? So we're reaching out to your client on your behalf as if we are you, and throughout the loan transaction. We make sure we have the right TCPA consent. We have email versions of these if we don't have TCPA consent from the consumer. But we're constantly reaching out on the as we're the LO, and that tech stack will automatically find where the lead is, implement the right campaign, whether it's refinance or purchase, and then auto shuts off when the client responds. So when we have a phone call go out or a phone call come in to the loan originator, the system just shuts itself off and will allow the loan originator to take it from there, right? This is first and foremost a contact sport. It's always been a contact sport, and we're automating that campaign, through a series of marketing automations, to really take that to the next level, right? So our AI virtual assistant will trigger alerts with scalability, and really be able to set marketing tracks so that it's a set it and forget it opportunity for our loan originators, right? And these are all available. You have to record a couple voicemails when you join our organization, and then that's it. We have a repeatable loan experience through every client that comes through our tech stack will get the same exact experience. It's pretty damn cool.
So Larry, just I think Brian in the audience wanted a little clarification. So text, voicemail, and email, they all come from the Mortgage IQ system, right?
They do. Yep, including our calendar booking links, right? So we set it up. One of the biggest challenges you have as a loan originator is just scheduling time with the client. We literally send them a text message with an automated calendar booking. Those that are on the O365 stack have an app called Microsoft Bookings, which is a calendar solution that you can set up and be able to use in these text messages to literally have somebody book right directly on your calendar. So our loan originators will walk into appointments they didn't even that they've never talked to. They've never spoken to the consumer. So it's not uncommon.
Fantastic. Wonderful. Thanks.
So I'm going to kind of skip through here, but the smart campaigns, this slide will kind of illustrate, the system will automatically find where it needs to be, right? So if it's a reno loan, if it's a post follow-up campaign, if it's a funded transaction or a refi or a VA, it finds where it needs to be, and we have our tech written out where we have campaigns that are specific to each one of those types, right? So, I guess my point is your CRM is a gold mine. Throw away your Excel and start really looking at, technology that will get rid of your call reluctance, right? I mean, if you're originator at Andy Mac, you could almost not pick up the phone, and our Sales Boomerang leads are automatically going to be sold on your behalf as they come in, right? So we're identifying the opportunity from a marketing perspective, and then doing the outreach effort for our loan originators to be able to wrap that up into a nice tight little bow and deliver that client back to our loan originators. It is the way to go.
That's fantastic. So, and I mean, let me ask you for your overall flow. How much actually of what you just showed us today changed from, let's say, beginning of 2020? So here we have like a year and a month later. How much has changed in your overall flow and the overall Mortgage IQ system?
So let me go through. I want to go through one metric, and then I'll show you exactly how it went for the year. So past client databases or your CRM database has a net worth, right, or value. Every mortgage coach that's out there will tell you have to be calling your past clients on a consistent basis, right? And without Sales Boomerang, you are spending a large majority of your time trying to prospect through that past database. So let's say you have 300 past clients in your database, right? That should equal out to about 3 loans a month that you're getting from them. You're looking at about $6,000 a month in revenue. That's $72,000 a year in extra income. You divide that by the 300 people you have in your database, and every person that you enter into your database, which would get added to the Sales Boomerang, system, will be a value of about $240, right?
Wow.
So when you're typing into your Excel document, remember that's not giving you any money at all, right? Typing them into a system that can activate and respond is worth $240. You tell me how you want to spend your time, right? But then when you do, here's our pipeline with the before and after of our results. So before we launched the automated campaign, we had in our CRM 55% of the leads were untouched or in new status. After we got that down to 1%, then we started shoving them down the pipeline, right? So you can see what our increases are in contact rate, credit pulls, and then what we actually have in process, and then the funded percentages. So when you apply technology like this or have this technology in your life, this is the result. Call reluctance is now taken out of the equation, and you have a solid pipeline. And I'll show you my my Sales Boomerang numbers. These are real numbers. I just did them this morning, right? This is a lifetime value of what we had from Sales Boomerang. There's so many digits here that I can't even quantify it. Like I can't even read that number. 152,000 opportunities were delivered to our company. We funded 224,810 units, and then they're broken down by the watch types that we currently have.
That's amazing. That rate watch, that's super powerful.
It's huge. Yeah, it's huge. Yes. Who doesn't want to save money, right? As a loan originator, are your clients rate conscious? Yeah, right. I mean, like.
Do they want to save money or spend more money? Yeah.
Right. So I mean, of course, that's very popular within our organization. Let alone Market Watch, where immediately if somebody's cheating on you or not. You get to save the deal, right? I mean, like that's a no-brainer.
Hey, listen, and part of this, we try to be proactive. Our next guest, actually, we have, Lenderhomepage and Loanzify coming up, like in just a minute here. And, the reality is actually, with, we want to be proactive and be out there getting the business. But, something, we can't always be there. And sometimes you need to be actually reactive. And, tools like this allow you to do that. I can't believe that volume that you guys are bringing in from Sales Boomerang. Just amazing.
It's crazy, right?
Larry, I really, really appreciate it. Like, you're getting nothing out of this besides actually sharing some great information. And I just want to thank you so much. It's a testament to the kind of organization that AnnieMac is, just an open organization that loves sharing information. Larry, thank you so much for joining us today. We really, really appreciate it.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys having me. And, for the loan originators that are out there, if you can't pull this tech stack up, give us a call. You can join AnnieMac, and you'll have it on day one. So with that, I'll leave you there.
There you go. Love it, Larry. Thank you so much. Okay. So excited to bring to you Mortgage Technology OG. This is awesome. I'm so excited to have Rocky join us. So like these guys, Rocky, you guys started doing this in like 2003, I think it is, right?
Yeah, that's right. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you sound great. You sound great. You look great. So like if you can bring up your shield. You'll see a thing on the bottom for share. So you can start sharing your screen. Yeah. So you guys, 2003. Really, like there are very few companies actually that had a website out there. There's very few companies that were offering websites. I think Myers Loanpage and you guys were the only ones around actually then offering, robust sites. But, I've watched you over the years just kind of to take your platform and go from, hey, cool website actually to get it out there to to this robust platform that is now actually converting, that allowing independent mortgage companies to compete with the biggest lenders when they can't afford Super Bowl commercials like we just saw 2 days ago.
That's exactly right. Thank you. And man, you are good, Andrew. If you stop working with NMP, man, you've got a job over here at Lenderhomepage.
Okay, I just sent you over my resume.
Yeah, absolutely.
I appreciate that.
Hey, do you see my screen right now?
Yes. Yep, it's perfect. I see it. It's right up there. I'm looking at the blue screen. You got the Lenderhomepage on the left, Loanzify on the right. And
perfect. Perfect. Yeah. So this works great. I wanted to thank you, Andrew, for inviting us to this deal. We really appreciate it, and looking forward to this. And good morning to everyone taking time out of their busy days. I know everyone is up to their eyeballs with loan volume and everything, but yeah, this will hopefully help and make your job a lot easier. I've got a mini presentation here, a couple of slides, and I'm going to go right into a live demo of our new product, our highest, our most successful product launch, I should say. Andrew. So my name is Rocky Forotin, and I'm the founder and CEO of Lenderhomepage.com. And today I was going to talk about our Loanzify point of sale and our mobile app. The version 4 of the Loanzify mobile app was just released. So I just wanted to give you just one quick slide on the company. As Andrew said, Lenderhomepage is a leading provider of a secure and compliant cloud-based digital mortgage platform, which powers mortgage websites, mobile apps, and now our point-of-sale solutions. So as Andrew said, we were founded in 2003. We have about 3,000 mortgage companies, large and small, of all different sizes. We have, mega lenders as well as small brokerage shops as customers, about 32,000 users, and we had about 200 to 300 new customers per month. So we're still crushing it out there in terms of gaining customers. We do have solutions for loan officers, brokers, and as I said, large-scale lenders. And our products, we started out with mortgage websites. It's still one of our core flagship products is our turnkey mortgage websites. We do offer landing pages and funnels. our Smart App 1003, which is our secure online application, our native mobile app, Loanzify mobile app, and also the Loanzify point of sale, which is now has become our most successful product launch to date. So our mission is to provide an all-in-one suite of marketing and mortgage automation tools to help mortgage companies run successful their business as well as grow their business. It's all about growth and making sure that that growth is frictionless. It's all about more funded loans in less time and more delighted borrowers. So that's the way that we approach things. Our Loanzify point of sale solution, I'm just going to hit the highlights on what Loanzify is all about. It is a fully enabled point of sale mobile app as well as a complete, obviously, web-based solution. So to start out, Loanzify has a very user-friendly interview-style application intake. It's super intuitive and it's very interactive and easy for the borrower. It's one of our biggest claim to fame is our consumer experience. We think is second to none. It's very simple and intuitive, as you'll see in the demo. It also covers a complete document workflow. So we have dynamic needs lists and automations and reminders, and making it super easy for the borrower to just do the document uploads and make sure that it's accepted or rejected and all that kind of stuff. We do have a great messaging center. This is a group messaging platform so that the loan officer and the realtor and the borrower, they can all collaborate with one another in real time. We do, of course, integrate with the VOA and VOE partners, the Day One Certainty partners, for verification of assets and verification of employment, and make that a seamless transaction. We do have, again, a very intuitive and user-friendly milestone tracker, which keeps sending real-time milestone updates to the borrower as well as the realtor to keep them all abreast of what's going on with the loan. And one of the key features of the point of sale is the generation of pre-approval letters. So we have dynamic self and realtor generated letters, and it's really a breeze to set the pre-approval limits and let the borrower self-serve it and or the realtor and generate those letters. And ultimately, we make the borrowing journey fun for the borrower. That's our ultimate goal, so that the borrower is less intimidated and it's more it's a bigger chance for them to complete the application. So with that, I don't see you, Andrew. I'm assuming you stepped off for a minute. I'm assuming that I'm still on, and I'm going to go. There you are.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah, I'm going to go on into the actual live demo of the app. So thanks.
What we've been waiting for.
Yeah.
I love it.
So basically, this is our application page. So this is a loan officer landing page where you actually send a borrower to. So this is the logo, the branding of the loan officer, Lou the lender, and he's a senior loan officer. I'm just going to get started. I'm just going to say, I am Andrew, the borrower, and I'm Andrew at borrower.com, and this is the password, and I'm getting started on this mortgage application. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create an account and get started. And as you can see, this is what our application looks like and how open and user-friendly it is. Hello, let's get started with your mortgage application. And this guy, the loan officer, it looks as if he's actually texting these questions to me. So, are you purchasing or refi? I'm just going to say I'm purchasing. And are you applying a loan or with a co-borrower? I'm just going to say I'm applying with the co-borrower. Next, a few personal details. The first and last name is already filled in. I'm just going to enter my social security, my birth date, and then I'm just going to put additional info. So the cell phone number is actually part of the MISMO 3.4. This was not in the 3.2 file format. Now it is here. And you'll see a lot of the fields that we have put in, and now we're completely MISMO 3.4 compliant, ready, way ahead of the March 1st deadline. And here it says, do you have any dependents? And by the way, all of the questions, and most of the questions that are kind of vague have a help bubble like that. And it's going to say, do you have any dependents? If I say no, I'm good. But if I say yes, of course, I'm going to say I have 3 daughters, 16, 14, and 9. And here I'm just going to set street address. I'm just going to say this is street address, property ownership. If I say rent, it's going to ask me how much I pay in rent. Again, part of the MISMO. I'm going to say $2,500 in rent on my mailing address. If I don't live in here, it's smart enough that if I say I've been living here only 1 year, it asks for the former address. Otherwise, if I say 2 or more, I'm ready to go. My highest level of education. We're going to probably remove this question. By the way, any and all of these questions and the flows of this application is completely customizable. Here it asks about my active military. If I say, yes, I am a military, it asks me about my military status, which again is part of the MISMO 3.4.
Hey, Rocky, just out of curiosity, can you modify that text at the top? Like, so let's say, if I I just have, I want to talk actually in my own tone when I'm asking that question. Those could be modified.
Yeah, absolutely. Any of these questions or these drop-down options or these headings, any and all of them could be completely modified. You can even modify the, so if I go back, you can even modify these icons if you wanted to really get super customized by yourself. We would need to do it for you, but it's a very small non-recurring fee, and we'll get it done. So if you could really go as customized as possible. So here you do this, and then it asks you if you have VA loan or not. You answer, and then this is the citizenship is a big deal also in MISMO 3.4. I'm just going to say U.S. citizen, and then you get an opportunity to edit any and all of this. So if I want to change my education, for example, to say bachelor's degree, just says save and return, and that's what it is. And now I continue, get to the loan and property. And by the way, at any time I can click on the lender, this loan officer, and I can read up on his profile, because he is part of the lender homepage, and I can text him, and I can email him, and I can actually message him. Let me message him right now. I'm just going to click on that, and it already pre-fills in the initial message that says, hello, Andrew, welcome to the messaging center. I'm going to say I am done with the first couple of steps. I will finish later, something like that. And by the way, this is completely mobile responsive, and it looks beautiful on an iPhone as well. And I'll show you a quick review of the mobile app as well. But if I go back to my dashboard here, it says that you're 40% done with the application, so I can just click on complete the application, and it will take me to exactly where I had left off before. That's the beauty of it. It's really, it really remembers all of it, and not only does it go here, if I log in with a mobile app, it will take me to exactly where I was left off, and I'm gonna show you that as well. In fact, let's do that right now. I'm gonna log out of here, and I'm going to log in into the mobile app for this guy, and this is a web emulation. So this is what his mobile app looks like, and I'm going to log in with Andrew at borrower.com, and the password was lender. And now if I log in, boom, I get in here, and again, the next step, it says finish the application. So I'm on a completely different device. I started on the desktop, and now I'm on the mobile app while I'm waiting in Del Taco for my food. I click on finish application, and guess where it takes me? To exactly where I had left off, asking about the real estate. And the first 2 steps are done. So it's truly an omni-channel, super easy to use experience. So I'm gonna say, yes, I am working with a realtor. And it says, give me the name of the realtor. I'm just gonna say her name is Jill, the realtor, and her email is jill@realtor.com. And I'm gonna save and continue. And guess what? By me giving that name of the realtor, this guy, the loan officer, just was able to connect with that realtor through me, Andrew, the borrower. So this is how we can actually make or grow our partner network. I'm actually going to log out of the mobile app version and get back into the desktop version because it's a little bit easier to navigate for a presentation perspective. So I'm just going to log back in as Andrew at borrower.com. And by the way, Andrew, how much more do I have in terms of time?
So let's call it another 4 or 5 minutes. I've got.
Okay. Yeah, I do want to get to the bottom of the app and show you a little bit of the. So I'm just going to quickly finish this in the next minute or so. I'm just going to say 650,000 and 6,500 and no down payment, and then on the income side, I'm just going to say add an income source and employment, and I'm just going to say I work at Starbucks, and the rest of them are not required, and I'm going to say I'm hourly at $30 an hour and 40 hours a week, and it calculates the yearly for me. And next, I'm going to add assets. You could see how easy this is to use and how it's really frictionless. And I'm just going to say I have $25,000 here in savings, and I'm just going to plow through this. I'm going to say no real estate, and I'm already at the declarations. So I say no, no, and if I say yes, it asks for explanation. I'm just going to say no, no, and no, 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 no. And here, I'm just going to say do not wish and nothing, and mail. And I'm already at the declarations, and I apply for the credit pool, and it says, well done, your application is now ready to be submitted. And I'll click the submit button, and it gives me all this confettis, and it really makes me feel good as a borrower. And by the way, these will be the logos of the mortgage company coming down.
Oh, nice.
So at this point, at 2 in the morning, I've completed the app, and I can proceed to the next step. And guess where it takes me? It takes me to a complete needs list, right? Because this has already been pre-configured for me. My tax returns, my driver's license, bank statement. So if I click on upload file, I simply click on this, and I'm just going to go into files and pick up these 2 driver's licenses and just drop them in there. And boom, there they are. And next, I'm going to upload a couple of bank statements. I'm going to upload a couple of bank statements. And here, I'm just going to go back into the files and click these in and submit those. It's literally as simple as that. So now I still owe 2, and 2 have been submitted. So what I'm going to do now is, and by the way, I have great mortgage tools. I have great mortgage calculators here. It's just beautiful experience in terms of, you get to look at conventional FHA overview, and it's like a really awesome tools for the borrower, as well as great content. And this all connects into your website. So it's one cohesive experience for the borrower. And look, I have Lou the lender and Jill the realtor, either one of which I can click on and connect with. So now if I log out of here and log in as the loan officer, I did want to give you a quick view of, so there's Andrew Borrower, the guy that just bought, he created the application at 9:13 Pacific time, and last activity was 9:23. and he submitted it, and he's already in the upload documents phase. And I'm actually gonna log in as the Lou. Right now I'm logged in as the admin for the account, but I'm gonna log in as Lou, the lender, the actual loan officer. And of course I see it here, and then I also see the messages. Remember, Andrew, that you said I'm done with the first couple of steps, we'll finish later. I'm gonna say, stay calm, I have everything under control, right? So now if I were to click on the eyeball, I see everything that I want to see about this file right here. So first off, I see the application, the co-borrower, the loan and property, the income. Remember, he was working at Starbucks. I can edit any of it. Assets, a savings account. Real estate was no, declarations and authorizations. I can advance the milestones for him. And here's the cool part, the documents. Remember, I uploaded the valid driver's license bank statement, so I can see as a loan officer what the guy has uploaded. I go, oh, this is the driver's license, cool. That's a good one. And then the next one is the husband, and that's also good. So I'm gonna say approve. So I approved it, and I got a check mark. So now if I log in as the borrower and look at the documents section, I'll see that it's the valid driver's license is already accepted, and it's beautiful. And I can see the whole history of it, by the way, here. So it's really as easy for the loan officer as it is for the borrower. And lastly, I wanted to show you a pre-approval generator. This is my favorite part. So this is what the guy put in, and all I've got to do as a loan officer is put in a rate, 2.875, and I have the incomes, and then let's say I put in $400 for auto, and say $250 for credit cards, and let's say the guy has $100, and you see that that keeps coming down. But let's say I ask him, hey, how about the wife? And say I get another $2,000 from the wife. So this is now what I can, ballpark pre-approval the guy, and I can, by the way, these are I can edit the front end and the back end ratios. So I'm going to say 39% here, and say, I don't know, 52% there. So now I'm going to say set pre-approval, and I can now create a pre-approval letter for, I can do it up to a limit of 510,000. So I can say 480,000, and this is this address. I create a letter, done. So now if I click on this, the pre-approval letter is ready to go for 480,000, 6,500. That's the loan amount. I got all of my stuff here. So this is a game changer, because let me log in as the borrower. Now that I've created that, the borrower is now seeing a pre-approval tab here, and he can click on it, and he saw the one that was generated by the loan officer, but he can create his own letter, and he can do one for 495 at 1234 Main, right? And now this is generated by him, and now he can download his own PDF and take it to the open house, right? Because it's ready to go. It's been pre-approved it's been pre-approved already by the loan officer, so he can create as many as possible. That's in a nutshell. You saw a combination of the web-based app as well as the mobile app. As I said, this has been our most successful product launch to date. We have migrated out of the 3,000 clients, we've migrated about 800 of them to the new system, and I have a feeling that by March 1 we will do another 2,000 of them. The big driver being, of course, the Mismo 3.4, and how, by the way, so let me show you what the Mismo looks like. If I go back to the pipeline, and when I click on the eyeball, right now when you click on the so we talked about the documents, and then I can actually run a credit report, which is what I'm going to do right now in my test account. But I can also export as a Mismo 3.4, as well as the Fannie Mae 3.2. So I can download it here as Mismo. This is already in XML format and goes right in. And on the credit report, once it's done pulling the credit report, you'll see what that looks like. So that's what it looks like. You see this beautiful, this is of course a test file. You can download the credit file, refresh it, or archive it. So here is, if I download the file, you'll see the test file that we have. And very quickly, if I go into our integrations, you'll see the kind of integrations that we have going on. We have all of these CRM supported, and we're adding like 1 or 2 a week. We have Encompass, EQP, and Lending Pad, and then of course we have the whole Meridian Link credit report, which includes all of these guys, including CIC and Credit Plus and Credit Technologies and all of that stuff. So yeah, this is really the holy grail of consumer experience in terms of mobile, web, and website in a cohesive omni-channel way. So, and it's really a great way to just take care of all of that in an all-in-one suite of products.
Awesome. I'm glad I actually had the chance to kind of to understand, to dig into it. I love actually, the integrations. I think that's super important. And it's, listen, I think reputation matters. The experience that you guys have, super important. And you just keep improving it. I got one question, and we got my buddy Eric Mitchell's going to come on. Wrapping up, he's going to show the stack share that basically $1 million of originators use, $1 million originators use. So you're going to basically find actually you're going to get the secrets from Eric. But that being said, I'm curious about the funnels. I'm curious, like, are they, like you mentioned, funnels? Do you have the ability for a non-technical originator to go in there and create a funnel for a particular campaign or some particular actually mission?
Yeah, so we actually have a dynamic form builder in our website platform, which gives you a drag and drop field that you can actually drag and drop, let's say first name, last name, loan type, the loan amount. So you can drag and drop components into it. And it's very functional and it's awesome. However, having said that, and having done it for so many years, I believe that it's so much easier if you were to have us even use that same form builder, but do it for you, because the guys who are super techie, they already have different pieces of technology that they're employing, or for our apps, they use our apps, but for other things, they use their own. But the guys that are not too techy, usually, for lack of better terms, they mess things up when they try to create their own files. That's been my experience. Like they don't do a conditional right, or they pick the wrong field type and all of that. So it's just as easy for us. It takes about half an hour of our time to do it. But yeah, absolutely, we have the plumbing and the underlying infrastructure to create either a single step, a go through the funnel, or multi-form elements on several pages to get that going. And we have, obviously best practices for our short forms, which is what we use.
Well, listen, just the fact actually that because usually, back in the day, to create a landing page, was something like, okay, you're going to actually have to wait a little bit of time for that. You're going to actually spend a lot of money for that, but time is money. And now actually talking about actually this could be done in a half hour by your team once they have it. So, I think actually that, that says a lot for it. So Rocky, thank you so much. Really, really appreciate the understanding actually, the lender homepage, legacy and the awesome stuff you guys are doing with Loanzify. It's definitely a solid thing. If someone wants to get a hold of you, what's the best way to do that?
Yeah, so it's rocky@lenderhomepage.com. That's the best email address. And if you wanted to give me a call, that's my direct line, 888-377-1265, and I'm at extension 111. But the best method is obviously email. So if you send me an email to rocky@lenderhomepage.com, I'll definitely take the time to answer questions and or hook you up with other people who can even do more deeper dives. And I really appreciate the opportunity, Andrew. Hopefully we'll get to work with one another more. And yeah, you guys are a class organization and you really have the good pulse of the originators. You understand the way they think, and you guys set up the right shows and the right webinars and right in-person shows. Hopefully we'll do some in-person shows soon too.
It's coming. We've got them scheduled. People are signing up for them. So, Rocky, thank you so much. I keep referring to you as OG Mortgage Technology. You were doing mortgage technology when we were still actually doing stacks of papers. You were doing mortgage technology. Actually, when I think you still required a handwritten 1003 at that time in 2003. So, man, we've come a long way. Rocky, thank you for spending time with us today.
Thank you so much, Andrew.
All right. And without further ado, wrapping it up, taking us home, the legendary, the man, the published author, Eric Mitchell.
Hey, Andrew.
Eric, what's going on, brother? How you doing, man?
I'm good. You know what always feels me better? It makes me feel better when I get introduced by you. It makes me feel better about myself. My self-esteem comes up. It's great. So thank you for that. I feel like you're I'm in the UFC fights and I'm being introduced as one of the fighters. And now in the red corner. I love it. It's great.
Let's get ready to. Oh, I could say that. That's copyrighted.
Yeah, no, it's copyrighted infringement. Yeah.
Michael Buffrin will send us a cease and desist that we must take this down. So let's get started, I guess is a better way to say it. Eric is joining us, and I don't know if you see on the bottom this thing is share. I don't know if you want to share to share some things from your screen, or just kind of talk about your stack. But basically, if those of you don't know, Eric is a leader over at Gold Star Mortgage, and basically top originators. Work with Eric and work with us at Gold Star on going from good to great. Eric's got a really good system of helping actually originators, to take actually, their mortgage practice to that next level. He's got a couple of things that he helps originators kind of identify with themselves to find actually what their why really is, and then actually once they connect to their why and gets them to cry, right? Once he does that, he uses their tech stack, the Gold Star Mortgage tech stack, to be able to take actually that originator to that next level, and we're gonna get to hear what is in that Gold Star tech stack right here.
Yeah, I'm looking forward. I'll log in. I'll show context first, right, for somebody watching this. So we have some very defined opinions. Just know that it's stuff I'm going to talk about are my opinions. It may not resonate with you, and that's okay. But they're what we believe to be true. And so first, I want to talk about as an industry what we believe is there's some broken components, right? There's some grandfathered methodologies. We've all been in this business, not all, but a lot of us have been in the business a long time. And so everything is a technology that has evolved over time based on putting multiple technologies together, right? And so if I'm a loan officer out on the street, I'm a mortgage broker, I'm working for some company, whatever it is that I'm doing. So typically I'm going to have a loan origination software, whatever that is, right? It might be Encompass, Calix, LendingQB, whatever. I have something that is compliant that handles my loan originations, right? Yeah. Then as a loan officer, I've got to go get a CRM, right? And so I pick Jungo or Total Expert or one of the many different CRMs that are out there, right? And then hopefully, if I'm advanced or my company's advanced, I make the two of them talk to each other, right? I do an API integration, I push the data back and forth, and God bless. Then maybe I talk to a company like Loanzify and I create a consumer experience, right? And so now I've got a third piece of software. Then I got to go get a marketing platform to create all my marketing content and my social media presence, right? So there's a fourth company I got to go get, right? And so now I got all this stuff going out there. And so 98% of the time, right? And I'm pulling that number out of thin air. That's just my opinion. But 98% of the time, Andrew, and you tell me if you agree with this opinion, if you walk up to a good loan officer's desk, do you see at least 2 computer monitors?
Oh yeah.
At least 2. Wow. Right? I know loan officers have 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've seen 4 big ones, but 6 I'm not.
Right. So that's the break. For us, in our opinion, that's the break. And so the break is, as an industry, we're saying, hey, loan officer, you want to be the local lender, right? You want to be in your market with realtors, with financial planners, CPAs, attorneys, insurance agents, referral partners, developing relationships, going deep, right? Oh, by the way, we're going to give you software and tech stacks that force you to have multiple computer monitors where you nest at your desk, but we want you to be in your car out on the street meeting people, but you have to function with multiple computer monitors. It doesn't work. Which is it? Like, do you want me on the street meeting people, or do you want me sitting at my desk with multiple computer monitors? I can't do both. And so that was the break for us. Like this thought process is broken. If you start reading things about Six Sigma, lean manufacturing, you really start diving deep into those methodologies, you recognize just how broken the overall system is. Which is why FinTech is looking at our industry going, wow, these guys are broken. Like, they have no grasp as to what efficiency means, right? So I'm going to use an example. So you and I are Six Sigma specialists, and we go to a car manufacturer. We walk into a car manufacturer, and here's how they manufacture a car, right? So there's a frame, gets hung on the hooks, and it's going to start going down the assembly line. And the first person is going to put on the passenger door, right? So the first person takes the door that's been manufactured and they put it on the frame, and it goes to the next person. The next person takes that door off, inspects it, inspects how it was put on the frame, and then puts it back on the frame. Third person looks at the door and says, you know what? I don't trust those first 2 people. I'm going to take that door off again and make sure they put the door on properly. And they take the door off again. The third person takes the same door off and then puts it back on. Fourth person, fifth person, sixth person, all checking that door. What would it cost to buy a car? Right? It would cost $300,000 to buy a Buick. Right? Because it's grossly insane to manufacture a car that way. Yet when you look at how a mortgage is manufactured, a loan officer takes an application. It goes to a loan coordinator who logs in and double checks everything. Then it goes to a processor who logs in, double checks everything. Then it goes to an underwriter who logs in, double checks everything. Then it goes into a closer who logs in, double checks everything. Then it goes into a funding department who logs in, double checks everything. Like the mass inefficiencies in our industry are mind-numbing.
Yeah.
Which is why the margins are the way they are, because of those inefficiencies.
Yeah.
And so one of the things we looked at is like, let's just stop the insanity. Let's create a single environment, one screen, one place, all things. Let's make it web-based, so you can access it from a laptop anywhere you have internet access, and let's make it simple. Just like an iPhone, right? You just click on the thing you want, and it does it for you, right? And so I'll. Share.
Fantastic. We're gonna get a look under the system here. Look under the hood, I should say. All right.
Okay. So can you see? You can see my screen.
And there it is, right there.
Okay. So we call it ConnectGS. This is for us, right? So it's a web-based. You can see I'm on the internet, and so the user logs in, and so everybody has a unique user ID and password. So the system recognizes you. And so when the person logs in, right, pulls up their information, pulls up their unique dashboard, whatever that dashboard is. But when you look at this menu button up here on the left-hand side, the whole world opens up in a single screen, right? I want to take a loan application. And so now what it's doing is it's putting me connected to Encompass.
Okay.
Right, so I don't need to log into Encompass. This takes me to an Encompass connection. Sorry, I'm video streaming on a Wi-Fi. Right, if I want to create a new application, I want to edit an existing application. Right, so this is what a 1003 looks like to our loan officers. Easy. Right, and if I want to submit, go to the next screen, say, no, you didn't, no, you got missing fields. We don't do incomplete loan applications. Don't do that. Right, and so, but it's easy. And it's web-based, so it's as fast as, right, it's not Citrix-based, right? It's as fast as your internet connection. So you can do loan applications. Here's your CRM, right? I got a lead. I get a referral from a realtor, right? I can create a new lead. I take an existing lead. Here's all the automated things I can do with the lead. Set up reminder calls, notes about the conversation, update their information, send them a quick application link, but it's all automated, like just click, click, click. I'm just clicking on stuff. Tracks all my loans, tracks all my realtors. Here's where I get my leads every day. This is where we've automated, doing, inquiry alerts, credit improvement alerts on my database, listing alerts, in-market alerts, right? We've applied the Google and Facebook thought process that we're able to monitor, pretty in-depthly what our clients are doing. And it tells our loan officers if their client is in market, just in market. They're doing things that tells you this person's in market. You need to reach out to them. Our marketing portals all in the same place. Whoop. Right? If you want flyers, you want videos, you want campaign automation. The intranet is all in the same place. The leaderboard's in the same place. Insights is in the same place, right? So Insights is our reporting, right? I want to know how one of my loan officers is doing, right? You just say, because what managers do is they manage based on fundings. But that's incredibly inefficient, right? So I'll pull up, let's see. Let's pull up one of our loan officers, right? And so this year, so just in 2021, he's got 176 disclosure packages out, 165 rate locks, 140 files into underwriting, 292 credit reports pulled, 108 fundings.
Okay.
That's this year.
Okay.
That's 2021. I don't mean the last 12 months. I mean the last 40 days.
Oh, wow. That's huge. So this is the lag indicator of the work that they're doing. Like,
yeah,
it's already closed. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you look at this, right, he came to Gold Star closing 30 and applying our methodologies, right? What's going on to his business. And so I can do a branch, right? Take a branch, same thing, right? Came to us closing 10 loans a month, right? Now, 30, sometimes 40, 50.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
Because it's a central place. It's one place. And so everything being in that one place, single screen, right? Now loan officers are able to be in the streets, in their car, with realtors, with financial planners, CPAs, attorneys, at networking meetings. And I get that COVID restricts that a bit, but put a mask on, right? Stay 6 feet away. And this is a methodology that allows loan officers to separate themselves by being the local person, right? And even if you're doing loans in multiple states, you're still able to function everything off a single screen. You're not forced into a multiple screen situation. And so here, I'm going to come back to so you and I can chat. So here's what I would say to loan originators, all loan originators, right, is to separate two thought processes. It helps to compartmentalize so that you can create a solution. Whatever those solutions are for you in your business, there's one is operational. right? I need operational efficiencies. And so there's proven methodologies that create operational efficiencies, whatever those are for you. Then there's business development efficiencies, right? So I look at it in 5 fundings per month increments. So if you're watching this, I highly encourage you to just write this down. It'll change your business. 5 fundings per month. That's the magic number. And so if you look at 5 fundings equals 1 person. So 5 fundings, 1 person. Okay, so if I'm a loan officer, I've got a shared processor of some kind, right? An outsourced processor, a corporate processor, a branch processor, whatever. I'm sharing a processor. So me as a loan officer, I'm going to cap out at around 5 loans a month, give or take, because there's just too much to do. If I want to go to 10 loans a month, I hire a full-time loan coordinator, loan officer assistant. Right now, there's 2 of us. Right, that's 10 fundings a month. I want to go to 15 fundings a month. I hire a full-time dedicated processor. Now I'm 15 fundings a month. I want to go to 20 loans a month. I hire a full-time junior loan officer. I want to go to 25 fundings, and on you go. So it's about shifting your mindset into systems and team building, right? So there's the operational efficiencies. How do I create operational efficiencies, software, team building, sequences, lists, checklists, etc.? That's operational efficiencies. But then you've also got to be thinking about, now what am I saying into the marketplace? What's my message that's in the marketplace that's valuable? How am I unique? What am I doing that's saying to realtors, this is why you want to send your clients to me? Now, that's also where a big malfunction is. If you talk to a realtor, any realtor in America, any marketplace in America, it doesn't matter. I don't care what market you're in. I go to a realtor in your marketplace and I say to you, is this what loan officers say to you? Because 98.9% of all loan officers in America have the same script, Andrew. The same script.
Yeah.
Right. Hey, Andrew, I'm a great loan officer, great rates, been in the business 20 years, and I'm always going to close your deals on time. And here's my cell phone number, and I'm always accessible. And I'm going to help you with open houses, and I'm going to build your business. I'm going to give you pre-approved buyers, 1 a month, and I really care about my clients, and I'm always accessible, even weekends. And if you send me a client, I'll learn your business for life. Now, if you're a realtor, how many times are you hearing that a week?
A week, a day. Yes.
Oh,
exactly.
God. And so as a loan officer, if that's what you're saying, you're already in trouble.
All right. So let's and I know actually everyone's been on us for a long time today. Can you give us actually, and I want people to be able to connect with you. I want people to get actually, your book. So tell us actually, how they can get a hold of you, and then repeat it at the end. But tell us actually, what's one way actually that originators watching this can get past that, and not be the standard typical loan officer saying the same thing, they're promising the same thing that the realtor has already heard 4 times that week or day.
Yeah, so you've got to create a unique value proposition. And unique, so here's the 3 things can't be in a mortgage unique value proposition. 3 things it can't be.
Okay.
Is price, product, and service.
Right.
So you're saying, my unique value proposition is down payment assistance.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're the only loan officer in your market that talks about down payment assistance? No, that's not unique. If there's other people in your market saying what you're saying, then it's not unique. Period. That's it. Stop.
Yep.
You're not unique. You're the same. Now, so the next objection I hear is, yeah, but I'm better at it. Yeah, but the realtor's not. They don't know that you're better at it. You say you're better at it, but the other person says they're better at it. So who do you believe? Like, it doesn't matter that you're better at it. You're still saying the same thing they've already heard. What you've got to say to a realtor or a client or a referral partner is, I have something you've never heard of. When I say something to a realtor, I need the realtor to go, whoa, wait, what? I've never heard of that. How do you do that? I win. The moment I get a realtor to say that, I win. I've just separated myself. And so when I hear loan officers say, yeah, but in my market, no, right there, stop. I don't care about your market. Hold on, do you have realtors in your market? You have a shortage of inventory in your market? You got buyers and sellers with unrealistic expectations in your market? Got same market I got. Right? And so people always talk, well, my market's really competitive, Eric. You don't understand. It's like, guys, I'm in Los Angeles. Like, are you kidding? There's a mortgage branch on every corner. There's as many mortgage branches in Los Angeles as there are Starbucks. Like, come on. Like you think I don't understand a competitive market? Like it has nothing to do with a competitive market. So what it has to do with, are you different? Are you unique? And so what's your ability to separate yourself from the market? And you know, certainly selfishly, we have several unique separators, and you know, I've got lots of videos. Go to my YouTube channel. You know, if you want to find me, go to LinkedIn, Eric Mitchell, connect with me on LinkedIn. All my contact information is there. I'm free, right? I don't charge for coaching. I don't like just shoot me a message. I'm happy to help in any way, shape, or form to the viewers. But I'm going to say to you, all of that requires change. And so my book, if you go to thewhyofmoney.com, thewhyofmoney.com, you can see about the book. And the reason I wrote the book is what I discovered is that change is hard. And so here's the metaphor that I give. How many people do you know go to Jenny Craig to lose weight? They pay a fee. They pay a fee for a system that works, is mathematically certain to work. They pay a fee for that system, and then they don't follow the system.
Like most. let's call a spade a spade. Yeah.
Why would you do that? Right? And so that's the human experience, right? There's a flaw in the human experience, is that logic doesn't create change. Logic does not create change. And so if I say to you, you can make $1 million a year, logically you can. But that's the same as saying to a smoker, you should stop smoking because you're going to die sooner. Does that get a smoker to stop smoking? No. It's logical that they should stop smoking, but emotionally, they're not going to stop, right? And so a loan officer who's closing 4 loans a month, they have to change their belief system. They can't change their activities without first changing their belief system, right? And so you have to believe that there's a better way. You have to believe that there's an easier way. If you don't believe that, then you won't change. And if you won't change, then it doesn't matter. You could put the best system in the world in front of them. They won't adopt, you know, the activities from it. And so the why of money is all about, why do you want the money? Let's first identify why. If I handed you $1 million, what would you do with the money? And so I'll give you an example. So I was talking to a gentleman last week. I'm gonna keep him nameless. He's currently working for a different company. He was calling me. He just wanted to chat. You know, how do I adopt? How do I move to the next level? And I was chatting with him for about 5-10 minutes, and I could hear there was an underlying anger. Right? You ever talk to somebody where they're just under the surface? They're just a little.
No, I've never heard of that.
Right. And so I was like, I said to him, hey man, like, have I done something to upset you? It seems like you're a little angry about something. He's like, no, you're great. I was like, yeah, seems like you're a little angry though. Like something's going on. He says, no, I'm fine. I said, no, come on, man. Like somebody, hold on. Has somebody wronged you? Like, is there like, and I just took a guess at something, right? I was just guessing statistical probabilities, right? He's been offended somehow, some way by somebody. He's like, well, certainly we've all been wronged. I was like, yeah, but I don't know, man. Just, I'm getting a vibe that somebody really did you wrong. Like, is there one human that stands out? He goes, wow. Yeah, there's one. I said, oh, who is it? He said, my ex-father-in-law. I was like, okay, what do you mean your ex-father-in-law? He said, well, I got divorced a few years ago. And in the divorce, my ex-father-in-law wrote a check for like $1 million to the attorney. And I lost full custody of my kids because I couldn't fight them. I didn't have enough money to fight them. And so he took my kids. I was like, dude. Are you kidding me? Right? I said, so what does it cost to get your kids back? He's like, what are you talking about? I said, no, man. Okay, hold on. If you were to find the baddest attorney in your city, the biggest, baddest, meanest family attorney in your city, and you walk in with a certified check, for what amount gets your kids back? He said, oh, that's like $500,000. Okay, so you're telling me for $500,000 you get your children back? He's like, oh, there it is. Change.
So listen, more gems like this are going to be coming up on this webinar, happening in just like 2 days. I'm dropping the link right down here Send it on all destinations. So on it's on Facebook and YouTube, you guys will see the link. There's the link right there. Sign up for the webinar. Oops. Okay, fantastic.
So we'll do a deep dive on Thursday for your viewers. I'm going to pull back the curtains and show everybody everything. Like, here's it all. Soak it in. Do it. Don't do it. It's up to you. But here's what I can promise your viewers. If you don't know why you want the money, you won't change.
Yep.
You just won't. You're just going to keep doing it. And I see it. When I hear somebody say, "Oh, Eric, I've been in mortgages for 20 years." Okay, how many loans did you close last month? 4. Now, you've been in mortgages 1 year 20 times.
That's good.
Because you're not doing anything different. You didn't evolve. You're not adapting. You're not implementing. You're doing the exact same activities you did 20 years ago. So you have not been in mortgages for 20 years. That's 1 year, 20 times. You're just repeating your Groundhog Day. The movie Groundhog Day, that's all you're doing every year in your business. Groundhog Day, same thing.
That's great.
And so on Thursday, we'll pull back the curtain. We'll show everybody everything.
Awesome. Eric, thank you so much for sharing. Going to do a little bit behind the scenes, under the hood look. I appreciate it. We'll see you on Thursday, brother.
Okay, man. Thanks so much.
All right, everyone. This wraps it up. Thank you for joining us for another NMP Originator Tech, because I truly believe when you have a happy originator, you have a happy borrower. And that's what we're doing this for, is to put people in homes, make sure actually they're not paying too much for their mortgage, and just, helping fulfill the American dream. Everyone, stay safe out there. Have a great February and great 2021. Over and out.